Do you ever wake up in the morning thinking, you know, who you are? We were just talking about that lady beforehand, and she couldn't sleep during the night. I mean, do you lie in bed at night and then suddenly a voice comes into your mind? You're not sure. You wake up in a dream and you're not sure who you're being at that particular moment.
I think so. You wake up and some days you might feel in a Lord Sugar type of mood, in which case you'll have a very efficient day. Or you might be Alan Carr, in which case you'll be very chirpy.
Yes.
And you'll be in a constantly happy mood.
Yeah, and I can see how actually, to do the voice, to do the character, you've got to get in that mood. So you could become that person in your everyday life.
Yes, it's a good way of learning how to be somebody, to just live a few moments of their life.
And can that get you out? You know, so if you're feeling a bit down, can you think, I'll do a bit of Alan Carr, that'll cheer me up?
It does, it does.
Mood
The conversation might sort of remind you of various different people. I tend to break into either Alan Bennett or Les Dawson, you know, to cheer a situation up, because they're just... instantly you feel much better, don't you?
Dawson's a big hero of yours, of course, a man who you admire. And I know from an acting perspective, tell me, you're involved in a project with your David Bowie, is that right?
Yes, that was something that I did for the BBC World Service at the start of this year, portraying David Bowie at the time of the recording of the Black Star album. And
you see, I would find it quite hard, with all due respect, because visually, physically, I wouldn't see David Bowie with you. But obviously for radio,
yes, you can just get into the conversations and the rhythms and the way that his genius was just so much all about ideas and the way they would happen in a very mercurial, spontaneous, brilliant way.
And that was a more serious kind of role, impression for you, because obviously we're used to seeing you doing fun impressions. Is that an area that you'd like to explore a bit more? I mean, Eamonn mentioned Les Dawson there, who had an interesting life, and is that something maybe you see yourself doing more?
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. A comedy sketch is great fun, and the setup and the punchline, and then you're on to the next one. It's all very quick, like a bank job, in and out and you're done. But to play a part over a longer narrative where you can really, really absorb into the character and aim for truth and being moving rather than, you know, just jokes.
Talking of long, the Great British Take-Off Tour, great title, you're coming back to, and until November now, so you're kind of on the road. That's a long tour, isn't it?
Yes, we've got some dates leading up to the Edinburgh Festival. We're doing a couple of weeks at the Gilded Balloon Debating Halls at the Edinburgh Festival, and then some more at the end of the year. So it's lovely to just get out there and just take the show to...
What do you do? Is it a structured show? Or I believe that there's a lot of audience participation as well, that they can dictate what happens.
Yes, there is quite a bit of that. It's unscripted, it's spontaneous, never the same show twice. There's a bit of a structure in how it runs, but it does allow you to be free. The audience will call out characters. We make a phone call at the end of the first show, at the end of the first act, to a local pizza place, and I will order some pizzas in a character of the audience's choosing.
Yes.
That then gets delivered to the stage.
At the moment?
Usually people ask for Sir David Attenborough.
Or go on, order a pizza for me, Sir David Attenborough.
Well, what would be very, very pleasant would be to have a pizza featuring some tomatoes and perhaps some very rare mushrooms to be delivered.
And at the end of this, do they say, and what's the name, please? Is that what they say?
Yes, sometimes. For a nice character like David Attenborough or Alan Bennett, people are very cooperative. If we order as the Donald, then usually people will put the phone down and we don't get anywhere. He's not a good character to order pizzas in. That does not work at all. It does not work. It simply doesn't work.
What about characters who you love and are no longer with us? And I'm thinking particularly of Dale Winton. And I'm going to show you, you met Dale, you've done Dale on stage, he knows what it's all about. Will Dale always live on because you're here? Will he live on through your act, or because he's gone, will you take him out of your act?
No, you do. Audiences do ask for people that they still love and feel great affection for. And when you do the impressions of people who are no longer with us, I always think it's a way of celebrating them. And audiences always react with a lovely wave of affection. And just happy to hear them, really.
And people loved Dale, and he was funny, and he loved people, didn't he? So...
Exactly. It was just like turning on a light. You know, that instant sort of happiness that would just uplift you. And that's the joy of Dale.
Well, the joy of all of that will be at many, many places. The Great British Take-Off Tour runs from now until November. You'll be at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival as well. Jon, good luck to you, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me. Great to see you.
Thank you very much indeed.